God bless you all, and may God protect the freedoms of the protectors of freedom.
Joe Biden just wrapped up another overseas trip. And I just want to say something. We play these clips and we laugh, or we cringe, or we laugh and we cringe. We roll our eyes. But let's keep in mind, it actually is a really, really, really big deal that the President of the United States of America is not a fully functional adult. That's a really big deal. And I realize we have this namby-pamby country now where everybody, I mean, it's not just on the left. People they get offended by everything, and you're never allowed to offend anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. And you're never allowed to exclude anybody. Everybody has to be included. And I just want to be understanding, and I just want to love and include everyone, and everybody's welcome. But that's exactly why this country is being destroyed, because that kind of attitude is ridiculous. No, a bunch of people shouldn't be welcome in specific roles. They shouldn't be. Joe Biden is President of the United States of America. To be President of the United States of America, there need to be some very basic requirements. Very basic requirements. Now, maybe these shouldn't be requirements for you and your job. Maybe you're a car mechanic and you work alone. If that's the case, it's really not important that you can speak that well. If you have a bad stutter, a lot of people do something like that, that's fine. You're a car mechanic. The President of the United States of America is the face of our nation, whether you like it or not. Joe Biden is the face of our nation. He's the voice of our nation. It's not a small deal. It's a really big deal that the president can't talk.
Frederickson of Denmark and the Ministry of Kova, daughter of Ireland. You can tell that's a Freudian slip. I'm thinking of home. The daughter of Iceland.
Soon NATO will be the 32nd freestanding, have 32 freestanding members.
It's not funny. We need all Americans to have basic requirements for things. When you're thinking about the starting quarterback for your football team, it's really important that he's able to throw a football. So when we can have standards like that for our sports stars, why do we not have those same standards for the people who want to be the voice of our nation? And it goes well beyond just basic embarrassment. The president can't talk. Joe Biden has dementia. It's terrible. These have national security implications. We don't like to think about that. And we like to imagine that, no, there's this high-powered cabal of important, intelligent people that surround this guy and that guy. And it doesn't matter what these person-to-person interactions are, but that's absolutely not the case. Person-to-person interactions throughout the history of the world, how those interactions have gone, one leader's assessment of another leader are everything. They are everything. Why was Stalin so aggressive at the end of World War II when he knew he'd won? Stalin went to a meeting with Churchill and FDR at Yalta. FDR was in dreadful health at the time. He was about to die. Actually, we didn't know it at the time, but he was about to die. And FDR was feeble, was nothing like he was before. And Stalin recognized it and ate him up, chewed him up like that. Weakness from the executive level is huge. What do you think Vladimir Putin thinks when he looks at Joe Biden? Forget Putin. Xi Jinping, another one of these crafty operators. What do you think he thinks when he sees Joe Biden like this? He knows that's the commander-in-chief. That's why they're all aggressive right now. That's why they're licking their chops. It doesn't matter how much kissing up to Ukraine Biden does when he's overseas.
Well, thank you, and thank you for acknowledging the American people. I think it's correct that we are a large country, but I think we've given more than every other nation combined in terms of assistance and cost. So thank you for what you're doing. And the bad news for you is we're not going anywhere. You're stuck with us. So thank you.
He seemed very, very satisfied with everything we're doing when we left.
I'm sorry? Zelensky, who has existed off of our charity, seemed satisfied? As if that should matter to us at all? Hey, are you satisfied? I just want to make sure you're happy. Look, how much more of the treasury? Can I give you my wallet? I've got a wallet. Do you want my wallet too? I want to make sure you're happy. That's how pathetic and feeble and weak we are now. But hey, at least he almost remembered his name.
Vladimir and I shouldn't be so familiar. Mr. Zelensky and I talked about the kind of guarantees we could make in the meantime.
I shouldn't be so familiar? No, with that kind of money, I'll call you a piece of crap if I feel like it, because it's our money. I shouldn't be so familiar, as if this guy's some kind of patron saint that we have to honor. Oh, and by the way, did I mention that the national debt exploded by $1 trillion in the last 5 weeks? As we shovel money at everything and anything under the sun, our nation is going bankrupt. But don't worry, they're all over the real existential threats.
You know, we all must summon the common will to actually address the existential threat of accelerating climate change. It's real. It's serious. We don't have a lot of time. It is the single greatest threat to humanity. When we staunch the climate crisis before it's too late,
It's the only existential threat humanity faces, and we don't have a lot of time.
Well, he's right about that. Well, kind of. Climate change isn't our existential threat. The climate change activism is.
Are you tired of watching your beloved nation fall prey to the insidious grip of communism? The Anti-Communist Manifesto by Jesse Kelly is the ultimate guide to fighting back against this destructive force. Discover the shocking truth about communism infiltrating our education system, corporations, and even environmental movements. Unmask the true agenda behind groups like Antifa and Black Lives Matter and learn how to protect the United States from the most malicious enemy. With extensive documentation of past atrocities, you'll see the undeniable danger posed by this ideology. Arm yourself with knowledge and join the fight to preserve the American way of life. The Anti-Communist Manifesto, a new must-read book from Jesse Kelly. Get your copy today at jessekellybook.com or wherever books are sold.